Test, test, test. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hey, it's me, Cash, and here today we have another lesson. It's this one, the most anticipated one, unfortunately, because you guys are so curious. Y'all want to learn everything, right? And of course, my apologies for the delay. Okay, like I was back testing, I was trying to understand more of of how can I explain it and how can I make this as simple as possible. All right, so today's topic: fractional disparity, remastered. All right, okay, so let's begin. So by now you watched my previous video on levels, so you should better not be asking me no questions about levels as of now. Okay, so let's take a look at, we're going to look at we're going to look at the Euro pairs, the GBP pairs, and some of the JPY pairs, and that's it. All right, I'm not going to look at the other pair. I'm just going to look at the JPYs and how they function and how can this disparity or what, or excuse me, or what are we looking at or what? All right. Okay. So let's start off with some of the basics. Okay. So fractional disparity, just quick nuggets. You have to write these down. I'll slow my talking down. Write these down. If the pair doesn't make a stop point above or below the box, above or below the box, and it stays in here in the middle of the range of the Asian accumulation, they are most likely working the crosses. That's what it means. If the deal doesn't break high or above, they are working the crosses. That's it. That's a quick sign. So that's when you're like, okay, so if they're working the crosses, let's see what other pairs available to trade, right? All right, we can, you can start looking at Euro GBP, JPY, excuse me. Okay, they came in, they did some movement, but they came back right back in the Asian range. So there's really no movement, really. I wouldn't have not taken this trades at all, right? So yeah, let's see. Okay, so and then let's see. One sec, guys. One sec. Excuse me. So, all right, there's no stop point there. Okay, here. Okay, they broke. Okay, they did a little movement, but really, it's not something that it would come in here and do this. Okay, I'll talk about all of the levels and stuff and how they work. Okay, so no stop point here, nothing. There's no movement in here really. Okay, next one, Euro AUD. All right, check this one. Okay, so stop point, and then like now the New York, they did like a little baby head and shoulders, and then they started dropping, right? Then they started dropping, but still no visible movement. I would love for them to come and do this, right? A beautiful M top or something, and then we can take that. Okay, so really no movement. That's how you start going through your fractional disparity and see, okay, so any of these pairs are moving. Let's keep checking out. Let's keep looking. All right. So last night, Euro GBP, no stop line in there either. Just keep in mind, yesterday was most all Sunday, Monday was a bank holiday for the U.S. So this is why they're moving. But most of the time, there will be a pair that they made a move while the other is just chilling, I want to say. All right. So, all right. So that's what I mean. If they don't break above or below the box, that means they're working the crosses or they're handling and they're straddling the contracts. Okay, so you see here they came and they did this, and then they dropped. Okay, so this is the only pair that I see that did actually move. All right, it wasn't a nice stop point, but they still did the move while they worked. So this is the pair they worked last night for London. This is the pair they worked while they worked Euro CAD, Euro JPY, Euro AUD, and Euro USD. They work one pair. That's how you start browsing through your different options in your pairs. Okay. All right, we'll get to the rest of the fractional disparity. Okay, this is what I want you to look for in your pairs. Okay, I think I said that already, but just get that in your head because I didn't write it down. Since everything is word coming out of my mouth, so I hope I'm not annoying by now. Okay, make sure if now that you've got to this point. Make sure you have, if you just love Euro pairs or whatever the reason is, just go through the pairs and just look at which one. There has to be one that might make a movement, okay? And we'll tie the levels and the stuff in right now, all right? Okay. And then, you don't like Euro, you can just, go to the GBP pairs, right? Same thing. All right, they broke above and then they just started consolidating. But really, GBP/USD has been really up and down, up and down. If you look at the blueberry, it's in the middle, right? It's in the middle. So this means that the trend is currently like this, just sideways, right? So that's why you see up, down movement and such. Oh, man. Give me 1 sec, guys. Forgot to put do not disturb. Man, there we go. Okay, so this is okay. So if there's still nothing there, that's when you're like, okay, like I'm not liking GBP/USD. So why not? Let's go to a different pair. Let's see. This is okay. Let's go to a different pair, right? Let's go to GJ. Okay, GJ what did GJ do? Same, it kind of did the same movement. There's a trade there. There's this nice spicy ketchup right there, but that's like plus 30, I believe. Okay, that's like plus 30. All right. Okay, so there's no movement in there. And, you just keep going through your list of the other cross pairs, okay? That, all right. Go now. Then you go to GBP AUD. Okay, they did they came in. London came in, tapped it. Okay, cool. They did a beautiful triple top for New York, and bam, you got them right. Plus 20-ish, plus 30 pips. Okay, so this is the pair that they moved last night. All right, that's the pair they moved last night. All right, let's go next. All right, another pair that they moved this one. Yeah, they moved this one also, right? They moved this pair. They moved it, okay? They moved this one too, okay? So they moved 2 pairs last night for London. All right, so this is how you go through your through your list, all right? And then, so on and so forth. USD pairs, the AUD pairs, so on and so forth. Okay. All right. So that's that. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, the levels and the fraction of disparity. Okay. So here's what I've noticed. Okay. I know, the main guy who showed this to me said that usually Euro follows GBP in some sort of way, and Euro GBP follows. Okay, so that was how he taught it, but I want you guys to learn it how to our time, to 2017, the way I see it and how it's proficient and how it works for us. All right. So check this out. So pretty much, if you go to your terminal today, just, this, I have them labeled, right? So I have, a nice head and shoulders. Okay. I don't even have to look over here. This is just obvious. This has obviously been a downtrend. Blueberry's like right there, right? Okay. So clear, a beautiful clear level day one drop, right? Day one drop. All right. Okay. Or you can argue and say this is one. Actually, yeah, I might be wrong. So level one, level two, excuse me. Wow. Okay. Level two. But technically this is to me the head and shoulder pattern. So that's why I'm saying it's level one. But you can argue with me and say, okay, I think this is level one for me. Okay. Level one accumulation and then drop. Okay. And yeah. All right. So if you have these, you have a bias for the Euro USD, right? You go to your next pair. You're like, okay, sweet. So I see a similar pattern with Euro JPY. Okay, so possibly I'm looking to also short this pair along with the Euro USD, right? You label level one right there. You're looking for possibly any reason to short to follow the major, right? Euro CAD, look at this. Don't they look the same, right? Level one, you're looking for possibly a reason to short this because of the Euro USD. All right. Just keep in mind, guys, this is just as an extra tool to help you. Doesn't mean that, just because Euro USD is going down, I'm going to just sell Euro CAD. F it. Just YOLO it. No, it does it. No, don't do it. All right, please don't do that, right? Okay, this is, okay, so, right, peak formation high, beautiful M, level 3, whatever, level 1. This is already going to level 2, okay? So, see how this is all kind of following the fractional disparity, the disparity in the pairs. All right, you see how it's starting to tie in, right? All right, and then level 1, they're all in level 1 so far. And you see, so Euro GBP had a head start. It had a head start. Level 1, level 2. You knew this was coming. All right, another tip. Most of the time, when GBP USD goes up, Euro GBP goes down. There's been trades that I've taken in the past where, while Euro GBP is making the M, okay, look, these are mistakes that I've done, so please listen. Okay, please listen. This is very important. So while I'm in the so example, let's say while I'm in a sell for GU. I think that's right. While I'm in a sell, right? Euro GBP is rising, right? So they make the M, but to me on GU, the pair is just kind of like consolidating, not making no reversal pattern. Now, here's the important part. Then out of nowhere, I see GU rise, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't see no LOD or HOD, nothing. Why is it just rising? Right? And then I go look at Euro GBP and I'm like, oh, it's making a freaking M and it's correcting. And that's why GU is following the disparity on that pair. So if you see a setup like this, like a no-brainer, and you see GU rising, you can safely remove your trade. Like, seriously. All right? You can literally get your trade out. All right? So see here, they kind of did the same similar movement, but it doesn't always do that. That's what I want you to understand. Like, right? These are special occasions. Doesn't always happen, but use it as a guide, please. Just use it as a guide. All right, because these are mistakes that could have cost me more. But if I saw something obvious like this, while GU is just moving and then I don't know where it starts to move and make a movement, I go immediately look at your GBP and I'm like, oh yeah, like, I need to get out. I need to get out. Stuff like that. That's a tip you can use. All right. So that's that right there. Okay. Right. Level 2 going to level 3, while all the other pairs are most likely going to follow this. They're going to follow the same thing. This is how you start having directional bias for multiple pairs, just in case Euro AUD wants to just hang around and do this all night, or just in case Euro CAD wants to hang around and do this all night. You have other setups that may come up. This is how you start putting a bigger window, a bigger picture, varying your trades and such. Okay. All right. So let's look at the pair, the JVP pairs. All right. So here, there's nothing clear. So check this out. If your favorite pair, like my favorite pair is JVPUs. If the pair is not visible, like it's not showing you something good, I want to say like it's choppy, you don't know where you're at, the levels or anything, you go to the other pairs and be like, okay, I want to see what the other pairs are doing, and maybe I might have a bias on your GBP-USD, okay? That's what I want you to do, okay? So check this out. There's no bias here, so I'm like, okay, let's go look at a GBP-USD, excuse me, a GJ. Okay, so then that's when you're like, okay, you can look at the larger time frame, say, okay, I see a W, V, okay, right? Ignore this. This is a 15-minute window to you. Ignore that it says an hour. This is a 15-minute window until I say so for now. W, V, right? The cycle, right? So you already start having a picture of, oh, hey, wow, this is actually bullish in my eyes. You start, okay, so you're like, okay, so I see GJ rising, but let me confirm and look at the other pairs. You go look at the other pairs and you say, okay, GBP AUD is, chopping around, not good. You look at the next one, bam. You have a confirmation. Peak formation has been established, level 1, level 2, right? I put these on the students chat like 4 hours ago, and they're playing out as I expected them, right? Level 2 going to level 3. So while GBP and AUD are being worked, they're working on GBP's chief. I hate chief pairs, by the way, right? So you're like, oh, sweet. So if GBP-USD gives me any reason to go long, I can go long or whatever, okay? But you see, they're working this pair while they're chopping up these. This is how you start getting these guys. This is how you have an advantage against them. How you can have an anticipation of their next move, or whenever there's a pair that you're not, trading, you can go to the other cross pairs and check them out. Look, I hate trading cross pairs, but right, I only have 12 pairs. I have like the 4 majors and a gold and a couple of pairs, and that's it. But if there's no setup on any of those, I don't do it as often, but if I have to, I go to the cross pairs and see. Trust me, sometimes the cross pairs have some very beautiful setups. Believe it or not, they have some really, really, really nice cross pairs that have beautiful setups that you're like, dang, really just try it out. Okay. If you're in that situation that you have no setups on your favorite pairs, you can go look at the other ones. But of course, by now you should know how to find the peak formation, how to count levels and everything. So you should have no problem with that. If you're still struggling with these areas, don't even think about doing any of this. This is for my guys that are getting it, who are, making some money, who are understanding what I'm teaching them and are applying it on a live account. Or if you're still in demo, you're actually taking it serious and you're doing what you're supposed to do and marking up charts and doing your homework and all that good stuff. Okay. This is that. All right. And so this is how you have a bias for GBP pairs. Not all the time. I always say this. Keep that in mind. All right. Not all the time. All right. But it is a perfect guide to help you understand. Right. So while this is on level 1, GBP Chief is going to 3. So this is when you're like, okay, cool, sweet. So this is in 1. I'm still expecting a possible rise. All right. Any reason to keep going long, or if you're already on the long, any reason to keep holding. All right. The pattern, right? W, V, pulse going to right, V and the 9. It's pretty simple, guys. It's not hard. All right. Okay. All right. Next, last and not least, is Japan. Right. Clear level 3. I don't have to go and count all this crap. All right. Level 3 going to level 1. All right. So you're like, okay. So all the other pairs might be following, right? Yep. It's following, isn't it? Right. It's following. It's following. It's following. All right. That's how you do it, right? You see, so while they're working USD Japan, GJ, Euro, JPY, or whatever, they're working. If you're a guy that trades or a girl that trades NZD, JPY, and you see this accumulation, no movement in the market, that is because they're working on your other cross pairs, my friend. All right, they're working on the other cross pairs. So what you want to do is go look at UJ, GJ, Euro JPY, AUD JPY, and Chief JPY. That's what you want to do. All right. So that's really it on fractional disparity, guys. It's a really simple concept. Okay. Don't overcomplicate this. Like I said, by now you should know levels. You should have a better understanding of everything. Okay. So any other question that you may have, just feel free to message me. But seriously, I don't think there should be any questions. I think I covered it good. But of course, guys, I'm here for you guys. I love every single one of you. And shout out to my boy Jesse. Hey, here's the video you've been wanting so bad, brother. This is the remastered version of Fractional Disparity, a video specifically only on Fractional Disparity, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to my boy Jose and everybody else. Pitman, I hope you're doing good, buddy. But yeah, okay, so this is how I see fractional disparity in my eyes, and I hope you guys can use this to apply how knowing that you're in level 2 in one pair, you can say, okay, I'm in level 1 on this pair and such, all right? Sweet, guys. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. Any questions, feel free to send me a message. Good night, guys. Thank you. Fractional Disparity Remastered covered February 20, 2017. Goodbye, guys. Peace.